Okay, so we're up to Simon Reish Yud. So this is a long Sif Aleph, so let's just start it. There's a lot of Mishnah Berurah, there's a lot of interesting points. What if you eat a small amount? Right? Says the Mechaber, if you eat less than a Kezayis, bein mipas, bein misham acholim, whether it's bread, whether it's anything else, and so too, someone who drinks pachas miravias, which is the share for drinking, bein miyayin, bein misham mashkim, whether it's wine or any other drink, mevarich tchila bracha aru la'isa amin, v'la'achrav ein mevarich klal. You make a bracha rishona, but you don't make a bracha achrona. So, for example, you have a little bit of chocolate, you have a little bit of fruit. You make the bracha rishona. You always make a bracha rishona on even a very, very small amount. If you don't have a kezayis of food, then you don't make a bracha achrona. And if you don't have a kezayis of a revius of drink, you don't make a bracha achrona. That's all. Okay, that's what emerges from the beginning of Sif Aleph. So when you eat even the small amount, less than a kezayis, you make a bracha rishona. But a bracha rishona, but a bracha achrona, you need either kezayis for food or revius for drink. Okay, says the Mishnah Berurah, Sif Kotan Aleph. Ha'eichel. Now, kol ha'eichel mitztarfen kezayis, levarich alehen bracha achrona harui lohen. All foods combine. So, for example, if I have a little bit of an apple and a little bit of chocolate, half a kezayis of each, so that combines to make a borei nefashos, and so too. Im mishivas aminim carries on the Mishnah Berurah. Bracha me'ein shalosh. Im shalom mishivas aminim, then in borei nefashos Rabbi. So if I can have a few crackers and a few biscuits and a few bits of cake until it amounts to a kezayis, then I make an alamechia. And so too whether it's borei nefashos. Avol chatzi zayis. What about if you have half a kezayis of cake and half of a borei nefashos of an apple? What do you do then? So he says, Avol chatzi zayis mishivas aminim v'chatzi zayis acher mevarich acharein borei nefashos rabbis. Amazing. So you have half a kezayis of mazonos and half a kezayis of let's say shahakol or vegetables or whatever. Then he says you make a borei nefashos. Vuadin, moreover, he says, you have even a very small amount of bread and a small amount of borei nefashos type food, and together it becomes a kezayis. Mevarich borei nefashos rabbos. You make a borei nefashos. V'chol hamashkin mitzarfen revius, and any liquids joined together to make a revius. So you have a little bit of water, a bit of orange juice, and you have together a revius. Then you make a borei nefashos. Ha'oichel v'asheisa she'ochel pachas mikazayis v'shasa pachas mirvius. So someone who had less than a kezayis of food or less than a revius of drink, ein mitzaref. Liquids and foods don't combine. Right, so you have a little bit of a kezayis, half a kezayis, and half a revius of orange juice, of Coke. That does not combine together. Ein mitzaref together. Food and drink don't together. Then you borei nefashos. Tzir. What about liquid? Shal gaba yerek mitzaref to kezayis. That the juice, the gravy of that vegetable is mitzaref. V'chol d'chol achshur yuchla. Mashka bolamatikoicha, because it all comes to improve the food. Uchlo, and therefore it's considered like food, and therefore it's considered one kezayis. Vuadin bepas hashrei b'mashka, so to bread which is dipped into liquid, or beyayin and bereitiv, or into wine or gravy. Avalim ochel apas im areitiv beloy tibel ein mitzaref. You had it just separately. In other words, you had the bread separately and the liquid, the gravy separately. Then it's not mitzaref. Ach im hayu hareitiv shal meichel midvarim shemevarchin of kamayal meichel. Then, after the mitzaref hareitiv l'meichel, then you can combine the two together. V'tzorchiyah. Aval kezayis ochel kezayis ma'at ma'at v'nishtoy harba bechlosa. So you have let's say a piece of chocolate, and you're trying to control your tivers, and you're trying to eat a little, break them off little pieces at a time, and you're having a kezayis, but it's spread over a long period of time, more than a kedei achilas pras. Im yesh mitchila achila ad sofa achila yosef b'chdei achilas pras ein mitzaref. It's not mitzaref because you've eaten it over a long period of time. V'shir pras ayin lekam and siman tov reish beis sheyesh desi gimel beitzim medalad beitzim, whether it's 3 or 4, and that translates into 3, 4, 9 minutes, whatever it is. V'hochem mistaber de'im mitzaref afilu rak b'chdei gimel beitzim. The shir kezayis afilu pasin in brachas hamazon rak midrabanon. This shir is only a drabanon, and therefore you have to err on the side of caution. V'chei mash mechai odam. V'kos ha-pri megadim. This is very interesting. The kol zeh hu rak le'inin shir kezayis. Av'le'inin pas kadei svia. When it comes to eating bread, where the criteria is not a kezayis, but the criteria is, are you full? Are you satiated? The chiyuvu min ha-Torah Chayiv af she'ochel ma'at ma'at. So even if you ate bread slowly, but you had more that you got to satiation over a longer period of time, it took you 20 minutes to get there, but you're now full, then v'had al kol panim v'savata krina be, you are full, you've got a din of v'savata, and therefore you would have to make a birchas hamazon. Hoya pas sufkonim shenispach ad she'ein havirin sheboi nigroshim. Let's say you've got like a donut, or you've got some sort of cake where you've got a lot of airspace inside. It's very fluffy, and she'ein havirim sheboi nigroshim, but the airspaces you don't feel it. You've got like a donut where it's made up a lot of hot air. Because at the end of the day, you didn't really eat a kezayis. It's like a wafer. It looks like a matchbox, but a lot of it, the content is really air. So you can have like a matchbox size of a wafer, but you haven't actually eaten a kezayis of mazonis. And so too, if it was a kezayis and it shrunk, then it's smart b'shiroi, ein mevarchin achrov elim kain, the chaz of a nispach, unless it sort of swelled again. And when it comes to drinking a revius, if a person drank v'hifsik ma'at and then he waited v'chaz of a shosa at shehishlim, turning over 2 pages, the revius yesh oim dein mitzdarf v'yesh oim de mitzdarf. Im lo sheshah mitchila hashtir at soif hashtir yesim michtei achilas pras. Then it's a debate v'hagra hiskim sham b'beira ta'aloch kadezu shnia, that follows the second opinion that it is mitzdarf. Now, this gets us on to the famous question about drinking tea and coffee. Because if you think about it, you drink your tea and coffee, you can sip the hot drink, and you haven't had a revius in the day of Kedei Achilas Pras. So this is what he's addressing now. V'hinei, the Indian shtias tea v'coffee, sha'derech l'shtoisa k'shulchan, the minute you drink it hot, v'kosh l'shtoisa b'lo hefsek, you can't just drink it without a gap, k'derech she'ei sha'ar mashin, it's not like a cold drink you can drink it in one go. Ki im ma'at ma'at, rather you drink it bit by bit, slowly. Yesh machloikas rabba ben ha-poiskin in tzorech levorech bracha acharin. It's a big discussion. L'der rishona hanal, u'machatzis hasheka v'chayodem misadim shlo levorech. They hold that you don't make a bracha achrona. Of course you make a bracha rishona. But the question is, do you make a bracha achrona because you drank it slowly over a longer period of time? V'chein kosav b'derech Chaim, v'chein minhag olam. So therefore the minhag olam is not to make a bracha achrona. However, v'anshe ma'aser nagim shelesof shtiyosem manichim kadei shirvis. You leave over the bit at the bottom, kadei revius, sheyitztanin ma'at, that it's cooled, so that you can drink it in one go. Well, that takes away the whole shaila. For tov lasos kain kadei lotzei saliba to kulam, that's the best thing to do. Or for prat ledas hagra haniskalel the posa kadei shnia deshir kadei achilas pras leinin sirif gam b'shtia. Bavade noch lasos kain. Okay, fine. I remember in school, I had a Rabbi in high school, Rabbi David Rowe. He used to bring the coffee, sip it, and then he would leave over like a third of the cup. So we're saying, why are you doing that? And he would tell us, because of exactly this halacha. Wait for it to get cool, you drink it, and then you make a burn of fashas without any doubt. Let's just finish this sif cotton. Im ochel pachas michshir v'halach lechutz v'chaz miyad, devada tzarech levarach shenis betchila afilu pas yesh la'ayin im chaz v'achel psas pachas michshir kadei achilas pras im etztarf. Ulai kim shalach lechutz have it k'mei hesech hadas. It could be hesech hadas if you went outside. V'ayin b'morgan avron the mitzaded the mitztarf. Okay, Mr. Shem, we'll continue from this tomorrow.